Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, and I'd like to quickly talk about a few things. I was born in the 70s, and in the 80s and the 90s, obviously that's when I started going to school. Then I obviously started, as later on in life I started to go out with my friends and stuff like that. I had a cousin also who lived in Bedford, and I used to go there quite a lot. I used to travel from London and go down there and see her. And even at my age, I never felt frightened of walking home late at night. But even when I used to go and see my cousin down in Bedford, we used to go out and then used to walk home from where we were back to her house. And we never felt frightened at that time, never felt frightened to walk home as women, never. I probably wouldn't do it now. And when I say probably, it's probably more of a no than a yes. I don't think I would have the guts really. And to me to say that, it's quite saddening really. Because back then when I could do it, when now as a woman, me walking home, I don't think I would walk home with just another girl like I did back then. And I never felt frightened at that time. And me saying if I would do it now, I'd probably want to walk home with a bodyguard rather than, try walking home late at night on my own. I would feel very frightened. I would want to be with a guy. Back then, I could happily just walk home with my cousin, which we did many times, coming back from a club, or with my sister, even with friends. I never felt frightened. And this is because London has got so bad. Crime has shot up dramatically. I used to go out clubbing, catch the night bus, go home, and never felt frightened. And now it's not like that at all. It's completely changed. And a lot of people do feel frightened. Going home on tubes, having worry about men following them home, and all sorts, okay? And I never felt like that back then, and this is how we have dramatically changed between then and now, because of the crime rate going up so high, and people are fearing, as the crime rate has dramatically gone up, people are fearing a lot more than what they did back then. So I just want to read something out to you quickly, and you could tell me your thoughts. But yeah, so I just want to read this out. Tell me your thoughts and what you think on this. So I've written this out. I've written out, let me ask you a question, an honest question. How many Jewish terrorists have blown up stadiums full of excited, innocent teenagers? In recent years, how many Jews have strapped bombs to their bodies and detonated them on tube trains and buses? How many Jews have tortured or executed women for not wearing a headscarf, or for not listening to music, or daring to leave home without their husbands? How many Jews have stabbed people peacefully going to their place of worship? How many have flown airplanes into buildings full of innocent people, driven cars into crowds or Christmas shoppers? And I would say the answer to all that is radical Islam. That is my opinion, okay? And many people, who probably don't like Jewish people, would say that they were the cause of all of that, of what I've written out. Only because they don't like who they are, because of who they are. Not because it's a fact, and not because it's true. In my opinion, I've also always known it to be, most of the time, from the Islam religion. And it's quite a shame really, because violence like that, or any kind of violence, I disagree with. It shouldn't come from any religion. No one should be forcing violence onto anybody. No one should have to die because a bomb has gone off, or someone decides to fly a plane into a building. No one should have to face death like that. That must be the most terrifying, horrific death for anyone to have to go through, and no one should have to experience that kind of death, For anyone to feel that they have to die, you know, and put other people in danger because they believe, you know, Allah is telling them, you've got to do this and you've got to do that, or their ideology in their religion, is absolutely disgraceful. For them to not only take their own lives, but take the lives of others as well. That's what I find absolutely disgraceful, you know. And this is just my opinion, to be honest. You know, I don't think that anyone should have to die that way, you know. You know, it's just really sad that we have people who are brainwashed into these religions. You know, I think religion is a very, very you know, is a very brainwashing thing. It's a very brainwashing thing, and it does brainwash people into believing certain things, you know, and putting people into these boxes, you know, is you know, it's just not right. You know, people should have to feel free. They should be able to live how they want without having to have these religions putting this pressure on anyone to having to live under these ideologies. You know, I find it absolutely disgraceful, to be honest. Anyway, that's all from me today, and thank you for listening, and bye-bye.